Coaching middle school football is a pretty easy job, and the school just hires anyone for it. Sometimes I think they just pull over on the side of the road and go, "Hey, you know anything about football?" A little. "You're hired. You're the coach of my children now." For the most part, your job is to babysit kids who are just trying to give each other early brain damage. I would know, because this past fall, my friend Cole and I were coaches for a bunch of 5th graders. Now, I would consider our coaching styles as pretty laid back. I mean, we never got too serious with them, just kind of let them do whatever they wanted. "Coach, can we run the 6-7 play?" Yeah, do this and that. The group we coached was pretty well behaved overall, but it made me reflect on when I was in middle school and the type of coaches that I had. And let me tell you, very different experience. There was no messing around, and they were very focused on making us better players. But come on, we were kids. There was bound to be a lot of goofing off and mistakes, but they didn't like that. And one day, we had to pay for our mistakes. At the beginning of practice, they lined us all up on the sideline and told us, "One of you did something bad, and we're not gonna tell you who it was or what it was. We're simply gonna run until someone fesses up." And before we got time to process what he said, we started running down and back on the field. Once we made it back to the line, he asked again for someone to fess up. Silence. Nothing. I remember scratching my head, trying to think of any dirt the coaches might have on me, but I was a pretty good kid. The worst thing I could think of would have been gut punching my brother after losing in Smash Bros. And let me just say, it was probably justified. Anyways, so without anyone saying a word, we ran again, and again, and again. We ran for a solid 10 minutes. Without anyone talking, we couldn't take it anymore. Finally, someone spoke up. I called Jason's mom fat. What? "You what?" No, that was not it. But for calling his mom fat, you earned yourself another down and back. So we all ran again. But what else could we do? When we got back to the line, we had all shed our dignity, and with this first confession being said, there was nothing to lose. I talked back to my dad last night. "Nope, run." I cheated on my math test yesterday. "You what? No, run." I stole from my parents. "Scumbag, run." I called the choir teacher a piece of shit behind his back. Same. What? Even after the entire football team confessed their deepest secrets, we were still running because the coach was not getting the exact answer that he wanted. In fact, I think we made him more mad by confessing that we were all horrible middle schoolers. The assistant coach then came out holding something in his hands. A helmet. At this point, some things started to click. This whole time we've been running, one kid, Gabe, was missing his helmet. Gabe stepped forward and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I blamed Brett for stealing my helmet. Turns out I forgot it in the coach's office. Yeah, that's my bad." That was it? This whole time we were running. It was a helmet? We had to confess all these random things to the coaches, while the whole time, it was just a helmet. How did we not notice? We felt so stupid. As mad as we were at Gabe, we were also pissed at our coaches. Why the hell did we have to run the entire practice over a helmet? As a coach, I know our players are not perfect kids, but sometimes ignorance is bliss, and I'm never gonna make them run over something as stupid as blaming someone for stealing your helmet. There's no moral to this story. I needed to get this off my chest. Thanks.